Okay. All right, guys. Happy, is it the 22nd of June? 22nd, July, 21st. Somewhere in July, you guys. I just feel like this year is going by really fast. Like, despite it being like a crazy time, like, we haven't slowed down in our business. And I have a few things to go over tonight before we kick our team call off. But I'm super excited for Cassidy to talk. You guys have been around for a while. She's spoken on our team call a couple years ago. Her and I have been on masterminds together. You guys might know her more recently because her and Maddie are besties and they collaborate a ton. But I'm excited to hear from her. But first off, okay, if you did not go through the summit stuff, you guys, I actually went through and made a pamphlet that you can literally click a button. It'll take you exactly where you need to go. So you don't have to go into the champions page and like dig for everything. It's all right there for you. I would carve out the time. I would make the investment. If you don't want to watch all the accolades and the recognition part, that's okay. Like, you can fast forward past that. But like, if that doesn't inspire you to know where you can go in this business, I don't know what will. I remember as a brand new baby coach, like any type of training, any type of calls, like any type of anything, I wanted to be a part of it because I was inspired, right? I didn't know that there was an opportunity like this out there. And Summit for me is like that thing that was a game changer in my business. And you guys know my story. You know that I went to my first summit a month and a half into being a coach. Maybe it was like 2 months. I was 10 weeks pregnant with Jenna, like hungry for whatever this opportunity could offer. And I just kind of went for it. I spent $150 on a ticket, which felt like a lot of money back then. I crawled into bed with a stranger, and I say that loosely, like I'm not lying, that this was somebody who I had never met in my entire life. They weren't, I don't even know if they were on our team, but they had posted that they were looking for a roommate, and I was like, I don't want to pay for a hotel myself. So I think even more now that nobody went physically to Summit, you have the opportunity to watch all the playback and like get inspired. So soak that up, okay? Second thing is, if you haven't purchased your Summit ticket, you need to purchase your Summit ticket. Legitimately, like, it's the experience of a lifetime if you've never been. And for those of you that have been, I hope that you're pouring into your teams. I hope that you're encouraging people to do it. And I pray that you've already gotten your ticket. My vision is that we have 100 strong at Summit this next year when we go to St. Louis. It's a city I've never been to, which is part of the reason why I fell in love with coaching, was that I could travel. Traveling has always been something I wanted to do. I just never had the time or the way to do it, and Beachbody kind of opened up that for me. Second thing is we have MBF customer launch on Monday. So just because we've already had the coach launch and maybe that didn't take off the way that you wanted to, guess what? You have another launch at hand. It's up to you to take responsibility in this. It's up to you to share that with it. Maddie's dog's crazy during the call. Me, it's kids. So sorry. Jenna, go. Take the dogs and go. So make sure that you're in front of that. If you haven't jumped on board with that, I would ask you again, what are you waiting for? This program, in my opinion, anyone can do it. There is a modifier. You can take it as slow as you need to. You can do it as many times as you want. During Summit, we heard of so many new programs that are going to be launching. Like, we have the running program, we have Control Freak, which we heard Becky, Larry, Monica, Christina, all of them are doing it, and they've gotten some sick results in the last 8 weeks. I think they're just going into week 9 right now, and then they're going to start round 2. We have Bevy, which some of the girls who came to my house on Saturday got to try it. Sorry, I had temperature warm water, and they were like, ooh, I'm like, throw some ice in it. I promise you it's really good. If I was still a drinker, that's totally what I would mix summer cocktails with. I'm just being honest. It's really refreshing. It's so freaking good. Pomegranate's my favorite. The other thing I want to touch on lightly is shipping. Okay, I want to express, I understand that it's frustrating, but I also want to encourage you guys to take a deep breath, because it's not just Beachbody that is experiencing shipping. COVID has slowed down everyone, and it's not just Beachbody, it's our suppliers. And then FedEx. Guys, I don't know what's going on with FedEx, but like, let's pray for them because it's a crap show. And we just need to really encourage compassion through this time and like do what we can to help people. If you need to get a handwritten card out or listen to them vent, like all the things. I've even reached out to Kim Carver, like, and had one-on-one conversations because I don't want to add more fuel to the fire in our leadership pages, but they need to know, right? They need to know. So if there's an issue that's going on, message me so that I can help you guys work through it, and then let's see what we can do. If I need to mail out stickers from Etsy or whatever we need you to do to help people be happy, I will help with that. And then finally, we have Team Cup coming. Really super freaking excited about it. If you don't know what Team Cup is, go into the team page. I have a whole post on it. I don't want to waste the team call talking about that. I am going to go live in the team page this week, kind of just giving you a high level overview. We've already started forming teams. This time I'm doing something a little different. I'm going to be linking arms with some of my brand new coaches. I'm going to be getting brand new coaches on teams. I'm going to be pairing diamonds together to work together. Team Cup, don't let it intimidate you. It's freaking fun. Like, it's so fun. You can, if you help 3 people, you earn $150. I know that income isn't what everybody joined this for, but if you're on this call, or you watch this replay, chances are you want to bring in an income for your family, right? Helping 3 people a month isn't hard. I want you tonight to make a list of 5 people that you're going to reach out to get you started in June. Or in August. I don't even know what month it is, you guys. And if you haven't hit Success Club in July, take a deep breath. We have like 10 days left this month. Make it happen. Like, you have to draw a line in the sand and make sure that you aren't just interested in your goals, but that you're actually committed to them, okay? In August, I'm also going to be opening up a new Diamond Mentorship, and just to give you guys a little bit of information on that, this will only be for my personally sponsored coaches. But in order to get into that mentorship, you have to have 4 active coaches. So if you're sitting with 0 coaches right now, find 4. If you're sitting with 2, go find 2 more. If you want to be considered for this mentorship, because we're going to run through the last 5 months of this year. We are 5 points away from locking in Premier, and then we are literally just going to beeline it to Elite and become a 5-time Elite team. There's no doubt in my mind that that's going to happen. So super proud of the work that we've done this far, super proud of where we're going and all the celebrating that we are going to get to do. But we have to show up every single day like it's December. We have to show up every single day and make a decision to serve our customers because we have this opportunity to do it. And I know that it's intimidating when you reach out to somebody and they never respond back to you and you're like, crap, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't send that message. Maybe I was wrong. People have to see something in front of them like 5 to 7 times before they say yes. I watched for 13 months before I did anything, okay? So not everyone's an impulse buyer. Not everybody says yes the first time. Keep showing up, keep getting results, keep doing the things. But I'm going to stop talking because we all know I could talk all night long. And I'm going to introduce you guys to Cassidy Brewer, kind of give you a little introduction in the beginning of how we know each other. But Cassidy is a lifetime 5-star diamond in her first business center and a 1-star in her second business center. So once you get to 2-star or higher, Beachbody allows you to basically duplicate yourself. And so that's what it means when I say her second business center. So she is diamond in her controlled business center. So whether that is your spouse or your parent, you can also basically help them build those, right? She's hit Elite. I think the first year that I hit Elite, we hit Elite together. I think that's how we actually connected the first time. And then she's a 1-time Premier. She spoke on the national freaking wake up call. I mean, come on, goals right there. She's an Success Club All-Star legend. And what that means, you guys, is that she's consistently helped at least 5 people for 24 months straight. But I think she's been in Success Club 10 every month since November 2016. So, I mean, let's blow up the chat and celebrate that because that's freaking epic. And you guys, I'm going to blow your mind really quick. she started this business when she was 21 years old and in college. And I think that was one of the things that really sparked like my interest to Cass when I first saw who she was that she was super young and she literally was super busy and was not making any excuse as to why this business wouldn't work for her. We all get the same 24 hours in a day. If you want something, you make it happen. Some of us have multiple kids, some of us have no kids. At the end of the day, it's your decision on how you show up in this. And tonight she's going to pour into us about how you go out and you find your tribe. So I'm going to shut up. Cass, you take it away.
Thank you. Thanks for such the awesome introduction. Yeah, it's been kind of a crazy ride. We were just talking about, I was on a power hour with Maddie earlier today, and her coach was like, it's almost your coach anniversary. And I was like, it's crazy to think in 4 months I'll have been doing this business for 4 years, and just to think how much I've grown as a person too, not just how much my life has changed on the outside, but more so how much has changed on the inside. And I just kind of want to give you guys a little background. I know she told you kind of my accolades and that I started in college. So I was an athlete all my life growing up, and after sports I was really kind of missing like being a part of a team again and having that accountability and those quality girlfriend relationships and all of that. And I really kind of took a year off after sports of working out and just lost myself completely. And I gained a bunch of weight. I was super unhappy in my skin. Like I was wearing baggy clothes and I did not feel happy whatsoever, but I acted like I did. I was really good at putting this big facade on that my life was great and I was checking all the boxes and I was going to get my degree and I was trying to graduate debt free because I was working all these jobs through college, and all these things looked great on the outside, but on the inside, I was so unhappy and so unfulfilled and really lacking that purpose and that passion and that community in my life. And so about my senior year, I stumbled across my coach in a random Facebook group, and I saw her abs and I was like, I don't know what this girl is doing, but I want her abs. So I added her as a friend on Facebook and just kind of started following her. And then eventually I commented on something or liked something about her coaching. And then she sent me a webinar that I never watched, but we were chatting in her DMs about coaching and about what she was doing and all the things. And she never actually invited me. She just talked to me about her meal plans and sent me that and all this stuff. And I was just like a broke college student looking for anything free. So anytime she offered the free meal plan or free workouts, I was like, yes, I'm here for it. But I didn't want to pay for anything. And eventually I got to the point where I was just like, all right, whatever I'm doing clearly isn't working. So I need to do something different. And I decided to jump in with a challenge pack and start my first program and start coaching at the same time, because I'm the kind of person that when I do something, I go all in with it. So I was like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going all in. And I figured, what the heck? I eventually watched maybe 20 minutes of that coaching webinar, but it was an hour long. And I was like, I don't got time for that. I'm not watching this whole thing. But it was enough to get me inspired. And seeing her post and her sharing her story constantly and sharing what this business opportunity had done for her and her family and her future family really hit my heartstrings and gave me hope. And I saw, okay, if she can do this, maybe I can too. And I started to see myself within her journey and her story, and it gave me a little bit of hope. And so I decided to start coaching as well. So I was like, if I can get, what do I have to lose? Like, if I can get in the best shape of my life, maybe earn a little extra income, a couple extra $100 a month to help pay for bills and change some lives along the way, then that's 100% worth it. Like, no matter what happens with this coaching business, if even that comes out of it, that was worth the $160 investment. So I could have had all the excuses. I was so busy working 3 jobs, going to school full time, had a dog, had a boyfriend. I had like 14-hour days. My life was insane. It was probably the busiest time of my life and the like least realistic time to be adding anything to my plate. But I knew that I needed this. And I'm so grateful that I said yes to it, because I realized shortly once I started and got to be a part of the community and started the workouts and started seeing the changes, that this wasn't adding to my plate. Instead, it was the outlet that I needed in all the other chaos. Like, I couldn't control anything else that was going on in my life, but this one thing, I could wake up every day and I could choose to press play. I could choose to listen to personal development and grow and be better. And you know how fulfilling it is getting those first messages when your first boot camper, starts to see results, and they message you telling you how amazing they feel. And I just got addicted to that feeling. I got addicted to helping other people and getting those inspiring messages of, thank you so much for sharing those vulnerable posts. That meant I really needed to hear that, all those different things that on the days when you don't feel like going anymore, it's what keeps you going. And I went all in from day one with everything, and I just kind of never looked back. I learned as I went. I just failed forward and kept going, and YouTubed everything, Googled everything. Like, anytime I didn't know something, I would stay up till 2 a.m. watching trainings and listening to the recordings of wake-up calls and team calls that I couldn't get on because I was at school or work. And I just put in the work. I put my head down and I grinded. And I ended up ending my very first year as an elite coach, which was insane. Like, I honestly really, half the time I'm like, I think I blacked out during that. But it was the most incredible experience. And I'm so grateful that I pushed for that. But the biggest piece of where I am today and the success I've had today and how I was able to match my full-time salary in the first year of coaching and be able to not even leave my job, but I didn't even go. I had accepted a position straight out of college, and in August, that summer after I graduated in May, I started November during college, graduated in May, and in August, I was supposed to start my like big girl corporate career job. And I said, yeah, I'm not coming because I'm going to be my own boss. I've matched my salary with this business, and I'm not taking 10 vacation days a year. I'm taking 10 vacations a year, and I'm working for my own dreams. So I didn't go to that, and I'm so grateful because I was so miserable there. And I have not looked back since. And now like I said, I'll be coming up on my 4-year anniversary in 4 months, which is just insane. And so much has changed for me and my life. And I've been able to make moves in my life to get me to where I want to be mentally and emotionally, to where I'm truly happy because of this business and the freedom that it's created in my life. I moved in January to Arizona, which is why Maddie and I got so much closer. So grateful she's in my life too because of coaching. But I never would have been able to move here. I never would have been able to just pick everything up and go where my heart needed to be after a, breakup with my fiance and hardest things that I've went through. Being able to just pick up and go and be where I was happy and be able to do that and just start over was such a blessing, because if I had any other job, I couldn't have done that. I literally just didn't get on my plane and stayed and then decided I was going to buy a house here. Like, what? And so I'm really grateful for everything this business has given me. But the biggest piece of why I am where I am today is because I have recruited other working coaches and have grown a team of other women that want to do this with me, other women that have a bigger vision for their life and big goals and dreams as well, and share that same vision with me. And so I kind of want to share with you guys tonight some of my tips of how to attract working coaches and really grow your team, because I think that's something that a lot of coaches seem to struggle with. Like, we can recruit to our boot camps all day long and get discount coaches and all these awesome challengers, but then when it comes to really finding those people that want to run and build an empire with you and have those big goals and dreams, want to leave their jobs, want to retire their husband, want to donate to charities or build the dream house or whatever it is, those big goals and dreams they have, we seem to struggle with that part of it. So I'm going to share my screen. I have a little, oh wait, it says I'm disabled from sharing. Maybe. Okay, now it's working. Okay, let me know if you guys can see this. Yeah? Okay, cool. So how to attract business builders, and in order to do that, the first thing is that you have to talk about coaching. And I know that probably seems like, okay, duh, but it's one of the things I see so many people don't do. They're like, okay, I want to get to diamond. I want to get to 2-star. I want to, make this massive income. I want to make a full-time income, but I don't have any working coaches. Well, I look at their page and they're not talking about coaching. So what you talk about is what you attract, right? If you're talking about fitness all the time and about your boot camps, you're going to attract clients and people that want to, work on their health and fitness journey. If you're talking about coaching and the fact that you have this incredible business opportunity and what it has to offer and what it has to offer them, then you're going to find more people that are interested in the business side of things. So what you talk about is what you get. So make sure you're talking about coaching daily on your stories, that you're posting about it. And this is just kind of, I'm going to give you guys a couple examples because I'm a super visual person, and I can share this PowerPoint after with Melissa too for you guys. But there's so many different ways that you can share about the coaching opportunity. And I find a lot of times people ask me, I don't know how to talk about it. I don't know what to say. Besides, what if I don't have this income yet? Then I don't know how to share about it. But that's not the point, you guys. There's so many other reasons that you decided to sign up to be a coach. And I want to encourage you to sit down after this and make a list of all of those reasons. You can even chat in right now. What are some of the reasons that you decided to say yes to coaching? What are the things that your coach posted that attracted you to this business opportunity? Was it the fact that you're held way more accountable on your journey? Was it the fact that you missed being a part of a team because you were an athlete? Was it the fact that you were just craving community and being around encouraging, supporting like-minded women? Is it because you wanted an opportunity to create more freedom for your life? Is it because you did want to leave that job? Is it because you wanted to move somewhere? Is it because, what are the reasons that attracted you to this business? You wanted to travel more. You wanted the vacations, there's so many different things. So you need to remind yourself that, because the same reasons that you're attracted to this business are going to be the same reasons that the people following you are. And there's so many things that we don't share that are so below the surface level. Like, it's great to talk about income, and that's super important. And even from the very beginning, when I was a brand new coach and I wasn't making a lot of money, I shared about the income. When I got that first check that was $40, I was so excited. I'm like, that's $40 that can pay for part of my groceries that I couldn't pay for before. I can go through the grocery line this time and not be on my phone trying to add everything up and checking my bank account and wondering what items I'm going to have to tell them to take off because I can't afford it. That was a big deal to me. So from the very beginning, I shared the income and I shared the vision. I shared where I was going before I was there. So yes, maybe you're not this big, 10-star diamond or 15-star or elite coach or 5-star or whatever the goals you have are, but you have a vision of where you're going, and people want to go somewhere with someone that's going somewhere, right? Like, nobody wants to get on a train that's not going anywhere. So even if you haven't achieved those things yet, it's so important to share that vision, because that's honestly what gave me the hope to dream bigger myself in the beginning. Is Ruth sharing her vision, sharing about the fact that she wanted to create the financial freedom to be able to bring children into the world and support them and love them in the way that she felt they deserved. That really hit home for me, because that was a huge why for me as well. And I grew up not having a lot, and I knew I wanted to provide a totally different life for my family someday. So her sharing that, even though she wasn't there yet, but sharing that vision of where she wanted to go and what she was going to do, and being so confident in that, gave me the hope and gave me the chance to, and the permission to dream bigger. And now being able to watch that whole journey and being able to see that vision from the beginning to now where she is today, having her baby twins that she gets to be home with every single day, that are literally miracles that she would not have been able to have without the income that this business has provided her, because she had to go through IVF and spend like $30,000 to have these babies, is incredible. And that's life-changing. And those are the things that like you need to share from the beginning, those visions and where you're going and what you've already achieved. Celebrate those small wins, because they're just going to keep getting bigger, and you're going to look back and remember those little goals that you had and be so excited about the things that you've already accomplished and how far you've come. So here's an example of a post I made where I was just talking about how 3.5 years ago, I remember praying for the life that I have now. And so you can be sharing where you're going or reflecting. Like, gratitude is always such an incredible way to share about the coaching opportunity. There's so many things that we have to be grateful for with this opportunity. And so I was talking about why I started coaching, and originally, those reasons were small, and then how much it changed and has grown for me, and everything that this business has done for me in the last 3.5 years, and just how grateful I am. And then there's Maddie and I talking about how I never had girlfriends, and I was always one of the guys, and it was really hard to make friends growing up because I just didn't get along with a lot of girls. I didn't like drama, all that. And then once I found coaching, I never knew that there were other girls that were like me, that I would actually enjoy spending time with, girls that I want to room at Summit with, And so I shared about that and how coaching has brought these amazing women into my life, and I have a team again. So there's so many different reasons that, you might be attracted to coaching or love this opportunity. So just make sure that you make a list of those. So anytime you're feeling like I need to post about coaching, but I don't know what to share, you can go back to that list and you can make a post off of that. Here's just another one where I was talking about being a college athlete and how I was still eating like an athlete, and I didn't enjoy working out anymore, and I really wasn't comfortable in my skin until I found my coach and decided to try my first boot camp, and I gained so much energy and confidence and fell in love with how good I was feeling, and I just wanted to pay that forward and wanted to share this with other people because I wanted them to feel as good as I felt. And I figured, it's like what I told you guys in the beginning, if I could earn some extra money while helping other people, that would be awesome. And I didn't really have any intentions of making this my full-time job. When I was going to school full-time and working 3 jobs, I was just focused on getting my degree, checking the boxes, graduating, because I thought that's what was going to make me happy. If I did the things that society expected of me and got that salary job and benefits, I would be happy. And then when I found out I wasn't, I was so grateful for this opportunity, and that it gave me a different route to be able to pursue, and how my life has changed and where I'm at now and the freedom I have. And then the next thing I want to say is so important is I want you guys to think about the traits that you want to attract in your dream coach. So this is really important because I think a lot of times we focus on the whole niche thing, which is great. It's great to know that, okay, I'm a dog mom and I'm single and I'm this age and I have kids or I don't have kids, and I have a job or I don't have a job, or I'm a teacher or I'm a nurse, or I like to be outdoors, or the different things that make you you. Those are great. And you should know those, and you should obviously want people that are going to be similar to you in that way. But what's so important is to think about the traits that you want to attract in your dream coach. So do you want somebody that is self-motivated? Do you want somebody that is eager to learn? Do you want somebody that is a sponge when they come in and they just will learn and want to know everything? Do you want somebody that gets uncomfortable? Do you want somebody with a CEO mindset has a hard work ethic, that's resourceful, that engages and contributes in the team page, that is a leader, that is consistent, that's committed and getting results? What are those traits that you want? If your dream coach came in today, what would you want them to have? Because those things are the things that you need to be. If you want to attract somebody else that's self-motivated and that's totally fine getting uncomfortable on social media, that has a CEO mindset, that's acting like a boss, not an employee, that is resourceful and looking for the answers, that's engaging in the groups, then you need to show up and be that dream coach. You need to start having these same traits. So I would encourage you to write these things down, and you can keep adding to this list, but put it in your office or wherever it is that you work, or on your phone, or somewhere that you can see it every day, because this is also going to help make sure that you are focused on not just attracting this person, but being this person, because who you are is who you attract. So you're not going to ever come in and attract these self-motivated, go-getting, hardworking women if you're doing your meal plan 2 days a week and you are posting on social media 2 days a week and you're only really doing it, showing up when you feel like it. You're sending invites a couple days a week. You know, you're not going to attract somebody at a level higher than you're at personally. So think about the traits that you want to attract, because that helps you know who you're speaking to when you get on your stories and when you go to make that post. You can think about, like, these are key words that I can use in my posts and in my stories to specifically speak to that woman that I'm wanting to attract. And it can remind me, hey, gut check myself. Am I being that person? The next thing I want to talk about, like I said, are you being that dream coach that you want to attract? And then invite to coaching and running sneak peeks or coaching webinars. This is the next like big thing that I think really pivoted my business from me just having discount coaches and people that were kind of hobby coaching to really attracting business builders. Was starting to post about it, starting to talk about it, finding those dream coaches and being that dream coach. But then the next step of it was, okay, maybe I'm finding them, but am I actually getting them to join my team? Are they actually coming on and wanting to build a business with me? And the part that pivoted that was starting to really invite to the coaching opportunity every day. So something that I have made like non-negotiable for myself is, even if I'm sending 20 invites a day, every single day, at least 5 of those are coaching invites. And that's going to add up over time. Like, I was listening to Trent Shelton the other day. He was talking about being just 1% better every day, and how over 100 days, yet now you've been 100% better. And over 365 days, if you just show up and be 1% better every day, the end of the year, you are 365% better than you were at the beginning of the year. Like, that's pretty incredible, that compound effect. And it's the same thing in this business. Like, it might seem like 5 coach invites is not that much, but if you do it every single day, it's going to add up and compound, and it's going to make a huge impact. But if you just try to send 100 in one day, you're not going to have the same result as you are if you're consistently growing and planting that seed and building those relationships, because now you have the people to follow up to, and it's a whole funnel system. So you got to be inviting to coaching, because if you're not inviting to the party that you're having, nobody's going to show up. And so publicly and privately sending those invites to people, watching your stories, and reading your posts and liking and commenting. But the biggest piece of why that goes back to, you need to be posting about coaching. It's not going to make any sense if you go invite somebody to coaching or to learn more about it, and you say, hey, I don't know if you've seen what I'm doing, or hey, I don't know if you've ever considered doing what I do, and they go to your page and you have no posts about this opportunity. So it's important that you're doing both sides of it and inviting to it on your stories publicly as well, and then running either coach sneak peeks or coach webinars. And if you're new, your coach has something like this that you can share. They have a webinar or a sneak peek going on, or a recorded one, or there's one literally in your Beachbody Coach online office. There's tons of them on YouTube. So there's no excuse to not have the tools and resources you need to share this opportunity. You've just got to decide to step out of your comfort zone and share this opportunity, because it's changed your life so much. It would be selfish of you not to share this and make that ripple effect. Like, imagine if your coach, Melissa, or whoever your coach is, hadn't invited you, where would you be today? You know, and then the coaches that you've brought on, it's such a ripple effect. And to think about, it all starts with that one invite. or that one post that you never know, the random unicorn like myself is gonna come across your page and see and need to hear that day. But if you didn't decide to show up that day and didn't make that post, or you were too scared to press post or press send, that could be somebody's life and potentially hundreds of other lives that are not changed. So make sure that you're inviting to coaching and running sneak peeks or webinars. This is just like a little sample invite for you guys. I said, hey girl, I saw you like my post about coaching the other day, and I wanted to reach out and see if it's something you've ever considered. So simple. Like, you don't need to overcomplicate this. I think the most important thing is that the easiest way to invite to coaching, I find, is to invite to more info. It's a lot less pressure than inviting someone, hey, I love your page. I think you would be amazing. I'm adding new coaches to my team. Would you like to join my team? Like, that's a lot of pressure versus would you like to learn more? Would you like to get more info? So inviting to info is always the best option. Here's another example. Hey, Jasmine, thanks for all the love on my posts about coaching. I don't know if you've ever considered doing what I do, but my team's hosting a free coaching info webinar tonight at 5:30, where we just talk about what we do as coaches, how we get paid, earn free trips, etc. It wouldn't hurt to get the info now and just see what it's all about. Would you like me to send you the link so you can take a look and get more info? Just keeping it really simple. And again, if you don't have a coach info session or sneak peek that's going on right now, either make your own because you're a CEO. And once I started running my own bootcamp or my own sneak peeks or webinars is really when I started attracting more working coaches that wanted to say yes to this because they want to sign up with you. But in the beginning, when I didn't really know what I was doing yet and I didn't have that big story or things to share, I shared my coach's story and I shared her webinars, and then I started speaking on hers, and then eventually I started running my own. And I would encourage you guys to do that. Get uncomfortable and just try it. It's going to be awkward the first time, but you're going to grow as you go, and you can always pair up with other coaches on your team as well and run them together. But those are kind of like the biggest tips that I have as far as recruiting working coaches. So if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to answer anything.
Guys, does anyone have, we have like 5 minutes, so if anyone has any specific questions on anything around what Cassidy talked about or recruiting at all, feel free to unmute yourself or throw it in the chat. I know she was so good. Nobody has anything. Totally okay, you guys. If something comes up later, you can message me and then I'll let you know. Or you can message Maddie. One of us will get you guys the answer. I want you guys to have a gut check moment right now, though. And I want you to do a social media audit on yourself tonight before you go to bed. And I want you to think about, have you done any coach opportunity or talking about what joining this team has done for you? Even if, like Cass said, even if you haven't taken the trips or got the accolades, like, what is it that attracted you to do it? What do you want for your future? Go out and speak that into the existence, because you guys know a closed mouth don't get fed. That I tell you guys that all the time. My kids and my team, like, that's like the most used statement around here. Because if you're not asking for what you want, nobody's gonna know. And if you don't know where your train is going, just like Cassidy said, nobody's gonna get on it. I totally get you're inspired to work out. There's so many fitness opportunities out there, and there's so many health and fitness influencers on social media. So you have to figure out what sets you apart. Like, what does your vision look like for 2 years, right? Do people know that you're going to be around that long? Because you see so many people come in and out of that. And that's why I keep telling you guys, like, get the results. That's what's going to help people see that you're committed to this. Talk about that first $14 paycheck, or talk about whatever it is. Take nice pictures. I know I've given some of you guys some feedback on pictures. It's important. People don't want to look at a grainy picture. They don't want to look at stuff like that. If your, your devices aren't working, that's okay. Figure it out. Use somebody else's, like all the things, right? Get a nice filter, but go and do a social media audit and say, when did I talk about coaching last? And if you've never done that, guess what? Peel the Band-Aid off and go out and do that. The other thing is the compound effect of invitations. I know it can be overwhelming if somebody says, oh, I do 63 invites a day, but you can do 5 a day. And if you do 5 a day, 5 days a week, that adds up to 25 invites. That's going to add up over the month, right? And I promise you, if you're consistent in that, you'll hit Success Club. But you can't post your sweaty selfies and think that just because you're doing that, everyone's going to want to do it. Or go and share stock photos from Beachbody and think that people are going to want to join you. So hopefully you took a lot of notes and you'll go out and implement it, because it's one thing to be inspired, but go out and literally implementing it and taking action is what's going to get those results for you. So I appreciate you, Cassidy. I appreciate all of you guys for taking the time tonight. Go and blow it, Cassidy. Take a screenshot of your screen, tag her. You guys know I always do that in my stories. Thank her for being on this call with us tonight, and literally just go out and make a decision that you're going to draw a line in the sand and hit Success Club this month. And it's not hard to help people at all. Okay. So find your people, start building a team, and just do it. Have a great evening. Thanks again, Cass. We'll get the recording next. Bye, guys.
Sure. Bye.